Tonight, see what truly exists inside the world of the paranormal. Inside. Join the discussion and review some of the best paranormal evidence captures from a wide variety of experienced and up-and-coming investigators. See and hear what they capture, where they captured it, and how they captured it. Right now on Entity Voices Paranormal Evidence.
Good evening and welcome to Entity Voices Paranormal Evidence. I'm Tony Rathman.
I am Cherie Rathman. You scared me there.
Enthusiasm.
I'm Lourdes Gonzalez.
I'm feeling a little lonely tonight, but I'm Ron Yacovetti.
And we are missing Chris Allgood and Audra Keeler. Chris is traveling for work. He's doing some new training.
Yeah.
And Audra, unfortunately, wasn't feeling well. So we are going to miss them tonight, but we will carry on the show. We have a very special guest tonight. We have Michael Owens, who is a paranormal investigator. And instead of me trying to go through his background, I am going to bring him on and let him introduce himself. And we'll ask our typical guest questions. But there is something I want to mention prior to bringing Michael on. And that's that last night I got the opportunity, or not last night, I posted it last night. Yesterday.
Last night.
Yeah, I guess it was. Last night I got to use a device that Ron and Lourdes have been using for years. And it's a direct radio voice. And it was the first time I got the settings dialed in to the point where I could hear what sounded like speech. Not audible necessarily, but speech. So I left it there and I played around with it. And I asked them to say my name. They did. I asked them to say Cherie's name. They did. I made a joke that I felt bad because I kept testing them. And they literally responded getting tested. And I was blown away. I mean, this was clear as can be. There's no scanning because it's a single blank frequency. There's no background noise. There's no reverb to make the voices sound weird. They sound exactly like how they're being portrayed. And I just wanted to mention that because, like I said, Ron and Lourdes have been doing this for years. Ron just published his book, Adventures Going Down the Road, and opportunity. There's his book, Paranormal Speaking, with the knowingly speaking with the unknown. But I got the opportunity to experience it firsthand myself. Now, I got to experience when Ron and Lourdes and Cherie and I did the 4-mansion tour in the New Jersey area. I think we were in Pennsylvania. I think we were in
Tri-state.
Yeah, tri-state area.
There you go.
I got to see what they captured. Yeah, and that really sparked my attention. But last night, I was impressed. I was impressed with what came through. So anyway, sorry.
What's amazing, the voice, it seems like it's disembodied.
Well,
voice.
Some of them sounded like they weren't even coming from the box.
Yes.
They sounded whisperous, like they were just in the atmosphere.
Exactly.
And that was really strange.
Thanks, Ron.
But yeah, thank you guys for that knowledge to be able to do that. But anyway, back to our guest, Michael Owens, who I believe is listed as Mikey on his page. Let's bring him in and introduce him. How you doing, Mikey?
I'm doing pretty good. How is everybody doing tonight?
You're doing well.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Of course, it's an honor to be able to be on you guys' program. I'm coming to you from Arizona right now. I'm doing like another project, and it's really cool to have been able to connect with you to be able to talk tonight.
It's getting warm, huh?
Yeah,
It's getting warm. Today was actually kind of cold. Like, it was the first day in a long time we've had like clouds, but it's been like 90 degrees, so I'm acclimating to it.
Not here.
We're like 23
Yeah.
degrees.
We were like in the 70s, taking out shorts and ripping off pool covers, and then it hit 26 again. It was like, wait, hold on, this is not the 70s winter.
And
Oh yeah,
snowing.
that New England weather is super bipolar. I I'll visit it again one day, but yeah.
Yeah, we're in New Jersey. We're south of New England. I think they get it even worse.
Okay.
Than we do, but
They get it worse,
yeah, we get some winter and some smog. They just get winter.
Nice. See, I'm originally from New England, so.
All right.
Yep.
We only get hot, very hot, and absolutely unbearable.
Extremely.
Absolutely unbearable. Well, seriously,
There's only 2 levels.
the trees don't change. The ground is dirt and rock. That never change. I mean, you can't
They
really
change.
tell. You get a couple of flowers on some cactuses. That's about it.
No, they changed the trees from green to
To brown.
brown.
Living to dead, just kind of like what we do anyway with the spirits. We deal with living and dead. So
He brought it back. First question, he brought it in. Let's go.
He did. All right, first question. So, Michael, tell us and our audience how you got started in the paranormal, what happened, what intrigued your attention, how did you get involved, and how did it lead you up to what you're doing and where you are today with it?
okay. So when it's interesting how I got started. It's a little funny because me and my brother-in-law, we were just young and we were looking for something to watch on Netflix. I think it was at the time, like Ghost Adventures was on Netflix, and we came across Ghost Adventures and we just watched it like, oh, this might be kind of funny to watch, because neither one of us really knew much about ghosts or were into it. We watched it, we kind of made fun of it for a little bit. And then like maybe 2 or 3 episodes in, we're like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Like, I can't explain that. And like that kind of grew over time. And so eventually I was like, okay, I don't want to make fun of this field anymore. Like, this is really interesting, and there's some stuff that I can't explain. So eventually, like, I was like, I want to see what this is all about. I looked up some stuff in Maine. There were a couple different paranormal places. We went to one in Bangor, and then me and my girlfriend at the time went to Parafest in Vassalboro, Maine, which is like an old mill. And there were a few teams. There was Central Maine Ghost Hunters and a couple others hosting the event. And we did the event. They showed us the equipment. They showed us how to use it, and we got some cool stuff. And I just remember, like, immediately after experiencing this, I messaged Central Maine Ghost Hunters, which the founder was Dustin. So I messaged him. I'm like, man, I love this. Is there anything I can do to like help you guys be involved in this? I will do I don't know if I'm allowed to swear, but like do the bitch work. Like, I will do whatever you guys need me to do. I just want to be a part of it. And then it grew from there.
Very cool. Very
Yep.
cool. So one more question along that lines. How long you been involved in the paranormal?
I believe it's probably about 6 years. 6 years was when I started getting into it, and then kind of developing a relationship with the other people in the paranormal field. Like, I met so many people in those 6 years. It's just been incredible.
Yeah, I know when you and I first connected, you were asking me about the Phelps Dodge. You're like, I'm near Ajo. I'm like, yeah, that's gone.
Aw,
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was the Ghost Adventures episode, and it was crazy. What's really cool about that is the year that Zach and his team went there, I was here too, but I didn't know that was going on. So I was like 10 miles away from them doing their investigation, and I didn't even know it. And I was so bummed when I found out afterward. I was like, I could have maybe met him or at least seen him.
Yeah, the last major television show that it was on was Destination Fear, the end of 2021. Yeah. But yeah, unfortunately the building got bought and was supposed to be remodeled. it was really sad because Ron and Lourdes were coming out to
2 weeks.
to specifically,
I
right,
know.
2 weeks later.
We were 2 weeks shy of buying tickets for it. We were like, all right, we're going to come out there. We're going to do the hospital. We heard all this great stuff. And then we're about to get tickets. And he goes, hey, it's been sold. We don't have it anymore. They took the
Like
keys.
the heart went.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
So we brought them out here and sleep deprived them and exhausted them on a 4-mansion tour in 4 nights.
Instead.
Yeah, that was awesome,
Well, I do have because after we talked and everything, I talked with a couple other people, and I do have something for you because I did contact somebody and I was able to get in, and I went in and I got a piece of paper and it's got Entity Voices. It was when you guys did your ghost hunt, and it's got your information. It's a piece of paper from whenever you guys did your ghost hunt, and I grabbed it because it was sprawled out all over the floor, and I was like, I gotta save this for when I see them.
Oh, well, it's probably what we would do them. We would do them every weekend. So it was probably from one of them. Yeah, maybe it was, or it could have been the Halloween one, or one of the holiday ones. But yeah, we would do them weekly.
Okay, I think it was the Halloween one because I just remember like just walking through and I picked it up and I'm like, these are the guys I'm talking to like next weekend or next week. This is crazy.
Oh, that's cool.
That is cool.
That's cool. All right. Well, Michael sent us over some clips. So let's take a look. And Michael, I will tell you the name of the clip, and you can decide whether you want me to play it first and then tell us about it, or whether you want to give us a background history prior and then have me play it. So this one's called Touch You. Wait, did Chris name these?
Yeah, hold on.
No, I named it. No, I think just play it first. I think this is one that'll be good to just play it first, and then I can give some background after.
Do we need permission slips from our parents before we watch this?
Yeah, I don't know. Chris uploaded them.
Somebody reviewed them before they came to this show, so they're at least
they were all reviewed. That was why the questions that I was asking you, because the majority of our audience are paranormal investigators and seasoned ones.
I thought 12 below.
Yeah. All right. So let me play this video and then we'll talk about it. Here is the first clip.
I don't like having my back any open area. We're like all feeling it, and we're seeing it, and we're hearing it. What if we put the spirit box in the hole?
You're gonna do it?
Bro.
Oh wow. Yep, right there. I didn't hear it.
Did that come through here though?
No, I don't think so.
I heard a male voice.
That was a good one.
That was very clear.
That was really good. I like the female. I don't know who she was. When she was like, "You're gonna do it." You're gonna do it. No, already.
No, I love that because that's my girlfriend at the time. Her name's she's still part of the Central Maine Ghost Hunters. Her name's Heather Budesheim, and I was always trying to push the envelope, and she knew that. She was familiar with what I tried to do always, and yeah. So I was like, there's this hole that the bar owner was like, there's some weird stuff going on in the hole, and so in my mind I'm like, well, let's just put the spirit box in the hole, and she didn't want any part of it, but of course I did, and yeah, so I put it in there, and you can see in the video, like I do a weird posture, but I felt like a touch on my back, and I didn't want to say anything, but I was just like, this is weird, and then and she didn't hear it, but I heard it so clearly was the Touch You, and we had our spirit box running, the SB7 spirit box, and I heard Touch You, like super clear.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I guess I didn't shut my phone off. But yeah, you know what? I noticed that. I noticed your reaction prior to the voice coming over the spirit box. So let me play that one more time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here it comes.
I don't like having my back any open area. We're like all feeling it, and we're seeing it, and we're hearing it. What if we put the spirit box in the hole?
You're gonna do it?
Bro.
Oh wow. Yep, right there. I didn't hear it.
Did that come through here though?
No, I don't think so.
I heard a male voice.
Yeah, that was cool.
Definitely came through.
The physical reaction preceded the vocal that matched it. That's really cool when you get that. Because if you reacted afterwards, we go, oh, maybe he's this and that. But that's you reacted, and then the voice came through and to what you were doing. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, and that location, it's in Brunswick. It's an old bar in Brunswick, and like to date, like it's just been the most active location. We went back like 3 different times, and it's just been every time it's been wonderful.
That's cool. That was a great clip because, like you were saying, you know, you reacted and then the box spit out the words. So,
and it was pretty loud because it was on top. It was on top of the white noise, so it was loud.
Good point. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
You didn't struggle to hear it, and there was no vocals. There was no bleed through of anything until that said.
Mm-hmm.
Before that was said, nothing.
Yep.
That's really cool.
Observations. Yeah, very cool.
I gotta say, I was like, you know, I try to be like tough and everything, but like, and my friends were around me, but that kind of scared me a little bit. And you can see in the video, I'm like, what did that say? Like, because I knew what I heard it said. It was like touch you, and I was like, I don't want nothing touching me.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. She had it happen to her a couple places, and it's no matter how seasoned and prepared and well read you are, when that happens, it's like, hold on a second, what was that? And am I wearing a diaper?
Right. Exactly. Even if you think you're prepared for it, you know, that wouldn't bother me. I can handle that. When it comes out of nowhere when you least expect it. And remember when I got punched or slapped or whatever
that
it was?
Me. No, I'm just kidding.
That was me.
That was me.
She told them to do it, and I was not expecting that to happen. And all of a sudden, bam! And I'm like, I was just.
Well, good thing because you were at the edge of the
stairs.
I was so scared because when he gets slapped, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, you're at the edge of the stairs. What if it push you? I think I asked, can you push one of the guys?
You did. You said, can you slap, push, or something? Yeah. And I'm like,
I'm so bad.
Just open up the whole door. Just bring it all on.
Can you please push Tony? Would you please push Tony? And can you please tell me when my life insurance policy kicks in on him?
Exactly.
And do them in order.
Yeah, that's the only thing she was missing. All right, let's move on to the next clip, which is sorry, I'm just reading comments. Okay.
Yeah, actually,
if there's any comments, read them out.
Katie Holte said she was making a meatball sandwich with a soldering gun. I could not do those two activities at the same time. Something would be tragically wrong.
It's hard to do anything in solder. Soldering is, especially if it's real fine work. Oh, you know,
she can multitask.
I give her a lot of credit.
Yeah.
See, meatballs for me is the very fine work. I'm good at those.
I think you can paranormal tech.
I hear you.
Oh yeah,
I hear you. All right, the next one I'm gonna play is called "Guess What I Can Do."
Oh yeah, okay.
These are the best titled clips I've ever heard. Go on.
I know.
So this is another one I think I'm gonna just let play, and then I'll describe it after.
Okay. Then here comes that clip.
It's 200 or 250. What the fuck was that? Oh no, it just died.
That was great. That was great.
That was a class A, Class A spirit box vocal and a Class A response to it.
No, exactly. When it happened, like when I heard it after, I'm like, what in the hell? So that previous clip, we were in Madison, Maine, and there was this family. And the reason we were in Madison is because this family was saying that they have this demonic thing attached to their house or their children or something, but it was messing with them super bad, and they just wanted us to come out. We're like, what do you want us to do? Like, because we were still kind of amateur at the point, and we're like, we don't know if we can resolve this for you, but we've got, you know, people who might be able to help, but we can come in and see what's there. So they were like, come here. We went there with our equipment, and we pushed the envelope a little bit with this one too. And Dustin was supposed to go in the basement by himself to communicate with this thing that's supposed to be in the basement. And he chickened out and he was like, Mike, just come with me to meet my camera guy. So I was like, all right, whatever. So I go down, I'm his camera guy, and we're asking questions. And then this voice comes through the spirit box, again, the SB7 spirit box. And it says, like you saw in the video, guess what I can do? And just as soon as that happens, my camera dies. And the only reason I was able to still get the audio is because I still had my digital recorder running. So I was able to pull that from the digital recorder and continue the video. But the footage died. Everything died but the digital recorder.
Thank
Cool.
goodness.
Let's put that happened quick. Let's play that again.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's 200 or 250. What the fuck was that? Oh no, it just died.
That was great.
And the oh no, I just died too. We had that happen one
was
time.
great.
Remember that Elks Lodge in South Jersey when it said they're recording?
Oh yeah.
We'll erase it, and then 3 of the cameras that were running of the 4 were blank. There was no files on the cameras.
Yeah, we've run into that before too.
That is the worst too, especially if you don't get anything out of it. You're just like, come on, dude. Like I heard that. Like,
Yeah.
but if you do salvage anything, it's really rewarding. But
Smart Alex Spears from Melissa Blackman. Yeah, she's spot on about that. But that was what's good is because you did something that's a good teaching point for people watching. If they're newer, is that you were running audio independently of what the camera was capturing.
You need a backup.
Which is good for backup, and which is also good because sometimes you might get a vocal on one of those two and not the other one, and then that also shows it's an anomaly.
That's right.
So that's smart. That's smart investigating all around.
Yeah,
that was great.
We agree, and remember, I think it was Selma Mansion. Remember when I asked how many spirits?
Yeah,
in there, and he's like 1, and then everything just powered. All the lights went on. Just
that was creepy. Every time you guys talk about
but
it.
what was that captured on, Tony? Was that captured on somebody else's? Happened to me and Steve at the Buddy Holly crash site. I saw that video. I think, or Steve. No, Steve did a video from the Buddy Holly crash site. What was that captured on at Selma when that happened? Because I remember or did you just make the video from the audio?
No, I had a video camera running.
Right.
So the audio, everything was on the camera, but it was the Prevox that died.
The Prevox shut down.
Right.
Yeah.
That was it. Okay.
Yeah. That was good. Wait. I had one more question.
Sure.
So you heard that with your own ear? Mikey, you heard that with your own ear? The one we just played?
Yeah. I think he did.
Yeah.
Were you the only one that heard that?
Well, it was me and Dustin down there, and I don't know if Dustin heard it just because he has hearing aids, so he has a hearing issue anyway. So he doesn't always hear the stuff we hear.
So does that happen to you a lot? Do you hear the responses with your own ears a lot, or?
Well, when I'm with Dustin, but other times I'll hear stuff, especially going through footage again. Like I'll hear stuff like in the moment, and it's a lot different from how it plays later on.
Yeah.
But that moment, I definitely heard it in the way that I heard it on the video. And if you watch further in the video, it's obvious Dustin didn't really hear it. But
Right.
Yeah, even with the clearest ITC, and Tony and I both dive into ITC heavy, and even with the clearest, best responses you get. Hey, Steve Holte, what's up, buddy? Even with the best ones, you'll hear a certain amount of stuff in the moment, and then just like way more when you review it. It's just that's the challenge, is to get it in real time.
Yeah,
Right.
no, and that's what when I really sunk my teeth into the paranormal, I jumped face first into afterward reviewing evidence because when you put your headphones on and then you listen to 12 hours of audio, there is so much that you don't hear in the moment, but you hear it, reviewing.
That's not only a good teaching point, but that's also a really good thing to display passion for, like you just did. because that's the part that feels like work to some people. A lot of us record so often, so much that you fall behind on it. You look at that, oh, now I have to do this. You should want to do that because that's where all the gems are.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And 60% of the stuff you find out that happened, you don't find out till after the investigation. It's in the review.
Exactly. Me and Heather used to, we'd do our video and our audio, and then we'd sleep for a couple hours and then would wake up the next day in our hotel or whatever, and then would put the raw footage on and would both sit there with like notebooks. And anytime something like we saw an orb or we heard something, we'd write it down in our notebook at like the time to try and get it all.
Yeah.
That's called data capture and data logging.
Yeah.
And that's what I think separates elite level from pedestrian level in a lot of cases. So that's a good and another good teaching point for people watching. Take it.
Absolutely.
You know what you got.
Yeah. Anybody who's watching, like, just know, like, it takes, you gotta want to, like, that, you gotta love it, and it takes a long time, but the reward is so worth it, especially when you catch those gems that, like, guess what I can do? Like, it's just so rewarding.
Yeah. I agree. 6 years in, you keep that passion.
Yep.
And when you teach people who are newer than you, make sure you include that in how to use the devices and everything else. Include that.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, those are great pieces of advice to have and to follow. And yeah, anybody new looking, I was having a conversation with somebody today who was asking about, backing up different evidence, spirit box and stuff, DRV and other things with a recorder. And I said, yeah, that's an absolute necessity, because it's in that review process that you're really going to find out what occurred. And, you want to be able to go back and hear it again, review it, find out what else maybe was going on or things that you weren't aware of or didn't hear. And it's just a necessity. And sometimes even to have more than one, because, different areas of the room can pick different EVPs. I mean, you can have them laying 6 inches from each other and only one might have it. But
not only that, when you're reviewing evidence, not only just one, you're going to review it once, you're going to review it. Sometimes after your first review, then you try to listen again, it sounds different. So
that's true too. The review process is so vitally important.
And second opinion is also the best.
Well, so is being able to have more than one recorder running, so you can hear if what you're hearing on one, if it is on another, sounds the same, sounds different. So
those are both good pieces of advice: the second opinion and the second recorder. My second opinion happens to have a bionic ear. She's but it's not just yes, you have to train your ear. There's what's called inborn pattern recognition, the way we audibly and visually pick up reference points and then start form context. So there is a learning curve to it. But also I'm starting to realize with her what it is. She's a court reporter by trade. So when she's doing her work, she has to listen to different vocals at different tones, at different speech cadences, one on top of and right after the other, and sometimes talking at the same time. Her hearing is listening on different levels and speeds at the same time. My head would explode.
I'm telling you, you're a court reporter for training to be a paranormal investigator.
but how awesome, though, that she's got that training and ability, and she uses it daily. So when you go investigating, to be able to have her listen and say, you know what, no, that's not what I'm hearing. She's got the background behind it. My second opinion just says, that's not what I hear. You're wrong.
She does that too.
I do that.
She does that too. But she does it on the record.
She just goes, no, I don't hear that. You're wrong. You're wrong.
That's why he goes, I don't hear that. I was like, it's there. He goes, I don't hear it.
So of course I disagree, and I'm like, okay, honey, you're right.
And she is. Sheree is always right. That's what I read.
Always.
She may have written it, but I read it.
All right. So let's go on to the next clip.
Yes, next
this one is called. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I said yeah. Next one. I'm sorry. I was talking under my breath to myself amongst other people on the show. That's odd, but that's what I did.
No worries.
No cure for that. If you're talking to yourself, there's no cure for that.
No, talking to yourself isn't a problem. It's when you answer yourself that you can.
I think I have a problem.
You start answering yourself. That's when you got to take a step back and go, wait a minute. I just had a 20-minute conversation with myself. Not that I've ever done that, but that's what I hear.
Mike had no idea what he was signing up for tonight.
I know.
There's almost no maturity.
That's the whole episode is me like talking and answering myself. That's going to be the whole episode.
We can edit that.
All right. This next clip is called Folder Library.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so I'll give you a little bit of background. It was in Maine again. We were in the Skowhegan Library, and they invited us out because they knew there was a man who they'd seen who frequented the library, who actually, if I'm remembering right, he died in the library, and there's a trigger object in the library that was like his favorite chair. And so we were trying to, investigate the chair and trying to get him to speak. And there's bookshelves in the basement, and kind of near where the chair was, we put a ball on the bookshelf, and then we put an upright folder beside the ball, and we had the security camera aimed on it for the whole night, and we did our investigation. And then when we reviewed the security camera after we got done our investigation, this is what we captured.
All right, here's that clip.
If you'll notice, we've also placed an upright folder on the other side of the bust. It doesn't knock the ball down, but watch what happens after we leave the room and it stands upright for almost an hour.
Wow.
So I'm just curious, and don't take offense to my question, but what's your reasoning for thinking that would be paranormal versus gravity?
See, and I don't honestly know that, personally, I think that definitely possibly could have been gravity, because like I said in the video, it was standing upright for over an hour. But I just liked it because of how long time elapsed before anything happened. And like before that happened, we were moving around the room, like, our feet were, pressing against the floor, and the bookshelves were swaying. And then we're gone for an hour, and then the book, it topples over.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Was anybody in the room when it fell?
No, it had been about maybe a little under an hour after we had left, and I was it was another day where me and Heather were just sitting in our bedroom, watching the security cam footage, and we saw it happen about an hour after everybody left the room. So as an investigator, I can't say that was paranormal. I don't think anybody can, but I just really enjoyed it because I was like, that's kind of cool. I don't really know what happened, but maybe.
Right, because you were all walking around and making like vibration on the floor, and it wouldn't fall, and then it happened to fall when you guys. So it could possibly be paranormal.
Yeah, no,
it could be. I was hoping he was going to say, well, this occurred, or we felt this, or I just wanted to see if there was any conclusion to.
Yeah.
No, were there open windows? I'm sorry.
No, everything was buttoned up. Yeah. And I like, again, I really can't say, I know what we captured. I don't know if I have the clip on our video tonight, but like a little later on, we had this really weird, like, it was like it was a weird capture a little bit away from the folder falling, and it was like a mist or something. So we kind of put the mist together with the fact that the folder fell, and we were like, oh, maybe it's paranormal. But again, we don't know.
I like how you addressed it, because you did two things. One, you were honest,
right,
with your assessment, and two, you answered Tony's question. His question was, why did you think that might be paranormal? Yep. Your answer was that when there was activity and people in the room that could have caused it, it did not happen. This was a still room for almost an hour, and it fell anomalously for no reason. So you answered the question. Yeah, it's difficult with something like that to prove that it's paranormal, but your answer was genuine. Yep. And it's possible. And then so one of the viewers, Amy, just mentioned about watching it again to see if anything else was disturbed in the room. She asked a good question. Was there any air going through that you were notable on? You said no, everything was buttoned up. So you're narrowing down the likelihood of it being something anomalous. That's what you're supposed to do. So that's good. I think that's great.
Exactly. No, I agree. I agree. All right, let's take a look at that again then.
If you'll notice, we've also placed an upright folder on the other side of the bust. It doesn't knock the ball down, but watch what happens after we leave the room and it stands upright for almost an hour.
Nothing else on the bookshelf moved from what I could see.
No, I was looking for dust or dust bunny or anything on the shelf to see if there was a wind gust, but I can't identify anything.
Good catch.
Yeah. I mean, nothing. What I liked, like Ron said, what I liked most was his honesty, his upfrontness about what he had captured, what he thought, that speaks volumes. So
and a great, what do they call that? A great conversation piece. I mean, so certain things like the spirit box stuff is anomalous. It's like, holy crap, look at that. But this piece has potential, could possibly be or not be, and it sparked a discussion. And you know what? Those moments on the show I love, because we don't know, he's not sure, and then we're trying to figure out maybe how it might be paranormal effect, and it certainly qualifies as it could be paranormal effect piece of evidence.
It could, absolutely. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, I want to say, like, I really appreciate you guys and what you do, especially now. Like, speaking with you, it's really cool to see you guys try to analyze all the evidence, and I think that is so important in the paranormal field. And a lot of people want to jump to conclusions, and I just think you guys are doing a great job, and I like what you're doing.
Thank you.
Well, when you answered a question with the words "I'm not sure," that was impressive to me, because I think a lot of times in life, in a lot of things, not just this, people speak to a level of certainty that they can't substantiate with confidence. Mm-hmm. Oh, this paranormal stuff is a bunch of bull. Antonio says, well, how many experiments, how many devices do you have? None. Why are we talking? You mean if I said I'm going to do a lecture on 100 years of plight as an African-American female in America, you'd go, well, you're not 100, you're not African-American, you're not a female. Where's your credibility? But people who have no credibility or standing in the paranormal field will tell you what for.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with saying I'm not sure or I don't know. There's nothing wrong with
that. Well, you know what? In the I'm not sure and I don't know, if you look at what we do know and what we don't know, 90% of your answers are going to be I'm not sure and I don't know, because we don't have those answers yet. If we did, nobody would still be doing this, because we'd have all the answers. But
and that's absolutely true. And added to that, the evidence exists. You can't debate, debunk, discredit what doesn't happen, right? If you're a critic and I don't write a movie, you can't critique it. So the fact that this happens is not debatable. It happens, therefore it exists. What the source is it paranormal effect? That's what we're trying to find out. And when it is anomalous, the who, what, where, and all that, that's the mystery part. That's the really hard part to pin down.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. But like I said, and like you said, Ron, his answer was honest, and I don't know. I don't, and that's nothing wrong with that answer. So
your character as a human being supersedes you in this and anything else you do.
That's right.
And you've already shown an above average, excellent character in your answers and your responses on the show. So that's so important to me. I mean, everybody's got great evidence, and people have been on TV shows, but if you don't have character,
agree.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. That's a bigger piece I think, to doing this than probably anything else, because it develops the relationship with other people you meet. Mm-hmm. It allows you to share information and ideas. It's the true growing of the field beyond somebody saying, you know, look at my evidence. This is fantastic. I'm not telling you where I got it. I'm not telling you how I got it. I'm not, okay. No one's going to learn from that, and no one's going to figure this out on their own. We'll be lucky to do it as a community. So a lot of respect for that. Michael, a lot of respect for that.
I'm putting in book 2, which is almost done. I'm putting in book 2. Something I believe firmly, and I've learned, is you create your legacy with your work, but you secure its longevity with your behavior.
Well said. Well said.
That's a very good quote. That is a very good quote.
Well said.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
All right. We are going to move to a clip called Witchy Laugh.
Ooh, that already sounds good.
Ooh. I like the witchy laughs.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give a little bit of context to this one too.
Sure.
So this was just a random pickup. Me and one of my really good friends, he picked me up one day, and we didn't really have a destination, but we're like, we want to do something involving the paranormal. So he's like, I know this cool place out in the woods that is just weird. There's this old building that's abandoned, and I just always had a weird feeling about it. So I'm like, okay, we don't got equipment, but I've got my phone and I've got the necrophonic, which has been really good to us in the past. I don't know how, valid some people think it is or whatnot, but we have gotten some cool responses from it, and valid responses. And so we decided to go to this location and just set it up in the building that he felt weird about. And then we just hung out for a bit and waited to see what came through. And the video will show you what came through. What's kind of cool about this too, though, is we're doing a documentary about the Bowden Witch. We were kind of loosely basing it off the Blair Witch. But we found out this witch that got hung in Bowden, Maine. So we were doing this video, and amongst all of this, we were like, okay, let's just go do this random thing. And then what came through sounded to us like a witch, and it was just cool.
All right, let's play that clip. Here it comes.
Right. Whoa! Did you hear that laugh? Where's your phone? Is it recording?
Let me play that again. Again.
Yeah, a few times.
It's a quick, yeah.
Right. Whoa! Did you hear that laugh? Where's your phone? Is it recording?
Can you say that you?
I
can't hear.
It's soft but audible.
Yeah.
And it's high pitched, and it's in the background.
And quick. That's why Shree's quick.
And then did you hear that laugh comes almost directly after it? Maybe a half second later, but here it is again.
Right. Whoa! Did you hear that laugh? Where's your phone? Is it recording?
Yeah, twice. Right?
I think it's there twice. Honestly, I think it's there twice. When he's like, "Do you have your phone or whatever?" It's there again.
It's the second time.
Okay, let's play it again. Here it comes.
Right. Whoa! Did you hear that laugh? Where's your phone? Is it recording?
There is a second thing of it.
That's really cool, because I didn't even know about that until
it is there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So was that you again that you heard it again?
Yeah. No, and I
developing some abilities, it's not, if you keep hearing them with your own ear, you may be developing some ability,
especially on an EVP level.
Yeah,
the spirit box is more of a learning thing, but
it seems like he hears them with his own ears, and not everybody can do that.
Right.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Something like that.
We'll play that again, please.
You want to hear it one more time? Sure.
Because I thought I heard a voice before the laugh as well.
Okay, let's see.
Here it is.
Right. Whoa! Did you hear that laugh? Where's your phone? Is it recording?
That's the laugh I think you're hearing. It lasts for probably a second or two.
It's like,
because it repeats the same kind of pattern on the laugh, but it's just lower. It's fainter.
Right. Well, because they're talking too on the second one.
Yeah, that's true.
Underneath,
there's like eventually all three of us are talking, and it's like kind of muffles it, but
yeah, and that's good.
I can't think of any animal that would make a sound like that.
Right.
Like that this is a possibility, right? I can't.
What part of the country were you in when this was captured?
So yeah, East Coast. We were in it with
cat, there's no nothing in the building.
It doesn't sound like a cat. It doesn't have a cat type of cry. It's got like a hyena. So that's why I was asking where he was. If he was in like Africa, I'd be like, okay, hyena. But
Anthony, I agree because I thought hyena too.
Right.
I thought hyena too.
It was like a big open building. There were big windows, everywhere, and a big open door. So everything was open, but yeah, we were by ourselves.
Yeah,
Amy is also correct. See,
I would have to agree.
Amy said something is at the beginning. Yes, that's what I heard it too.
All right, let's do one more listen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ready. Whoa! Did you hear that laugh? Where's your phone? Is it recording?
It's
right.
Laugh.
Yes,
Yeah.
It's very.
It's like the first 3 seconds.
Yeah,
But it is. Yeah, I did hear it. Good job.
I mean.
Oh yeah, there's that face. Good job. Like, I know, I'm right. You're wrong.
there's a whisper there. Yeah,
That was good.
it's
Thanks,
quick
Amy.
though, too.
Yeah, it is.
I agree.
Good job. Good job.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun day. That was a fun day.
That's awesome.
That's creepy. You don't see a lot of evidence capture with cackles like that, whether wherever it is. Yeah, twice, especially twice, right? But you don't. It's not like you hear like, oh, there's a lot of people misconstruing this for a cackle. No, I don't.
Yeah, that was straight up like a weird cackle.
It's true.
That was cool though. All right, so this next one I like. This one's called Benjamin's Pub Shadow. You want to give a little background before we play this, or you want me just to play it?
I think I should give a little background. So, one or two other pieces of evidence tonight were from Benjamin's Pub, and I gotta say, like, this is a pub in Bangor that's been around since the early 1900s, and we've been back there 3 times, and each time we got just incredible, crazy evidence. And the first time I went there was a woman who came through the spirit box and said my name, and it was weird. We went back to the evidence, and I just thought it was super strange, and we ended up going back, and then I felt like I heard her voice again, and so I called her out a little bit, not in a weird way, but I was just like, hey, are you who I heard last time? And so I was right where the bar meets the pool table room, and then behind me was the sitting room, and our IR light was unplugged, so the only IR light was from my camera. So the only shadows that should appear are in front of the camera, and in this video you see a shadow in front of me that blocks out a doorway that I went back to look to see, is this my shadow? Because maybe, and we debunked it as much as we could, and it was a shadow that I think is the woman that called my name, that totally like blocked the doorway in front of me in black shadow.
All right, here is that clip.
To wrap it all up, we're each going to do a 10-minute solo mission through the bar.
Try and get Norman to jump through here.
Who's the female that said my name last time? Are you not over here?
And I'm sorry, it's a really narrow thing. All of the footage, like I re-uploaded for TikTok, so it's a narrow footage. But if after this anybody wants like the wide angle, I can definitely give it to them.
Let me play that again.
Yeah, that was good.
To wrap it all up, we're each going to do a 10-minute solo mission through the bar.
Try and get Norman to jump through here.
Who's the female that said my name last time? Are you not over here?
That's good.
Yeah, that's really good.
It is. And thank you for explaining the fact that you took this down because you needed to get us the clips as quickly as you could from TikTok. Because what I really like was you got some photos of this thing as well as just the 2-second clip on the phone video.
Right.
And let me show those, because this is one of the things that went through my head when I was looking at it. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. How do you get but you explained it. You pulled your TikTok version to share with us. But here's the first photo. You can clearly see what looks like hair, because you don't see a neck. So it's probably the shadow of the hair around it. But you can see, I don't know if you guys can see my pointer. I don't think you can, because I'm not sharing screen.
It's
but
kind of zoomed in a little bit on my end.
Yeah.
But you can see it. It's and like an arm. You can see the arm.
Yeah. And here's photo number 2.
Wow.
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah,
like it moved. It looked like it moved.
That's not something that's supposed to be there, natural to the environment.
Oh my God.
No, because if you look at the way the lighting is on the door frame, and then the window or whatever that is behind it, then it just blacks out. There's nothing. There's no light transparent, and we know how black shadow figures are. Right. They absorb light from everywhere around them.
They're gonna block
that to me looks pretty legit. And then there's a third photo right here. You can see the arms.
Yes,
you sure can.
Yeah,
you can see the light behind it.
And I don't think it's his shadow, because it's totally different.
It's too dark in a forward session. If he was casting a shadow, it would run across the floor and up that light wall.
Yeah.
This is not doing that.
Exactly.
This is freestanding.
Plus, it's diffused on the edging on that white top of the door.
Yeah. Well, and that could be hair.
That's what I'm saying, right? But if it was his head,
right,
or a hat or anything like that,
or a hat, it wouldn't look like that.
Mm-hmm. No,
that's crazy. That's awesome. A good catch.
Yeah,
that is a good catch. Oh my God, that's great. That's great.
Plus, you can see also on the video, you can see the shadow on the video as well. It's very, very dark.
Oh yeah, you can't miss it.
That's
amazing.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah,
I think the important lesson in this is that this piece of evidence itself was not the one entitled "Touch Me" or "Touched You."
right.
Which I kind of wish it was, because it looks like a female. I'm just kidding, but
yeah, that's a great capture, though. It really is.
I wonder how tall it is. How big is that door? Because it seems like it's tall.
Good question.
But I don't know
the
environment of the room. But I know we need Chris. That's what made me think.
Chris would tell you that's a 6 foot 8.5 inches, unless there's a floorboard that's raised up on the bottom. Then it's only. Seriously, he knows everything.
I know
he does. And of course, in the late 1800s, early 1900s, there was a plank shortage, where that specific type of wood wasn't available.
And over the years, that would shrink by 1
too. So
Yeah, our co-host Chris Allgood, he is brilliant with situational awareness in a way that makes playing hide and seek with him frightening.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This is a phenomenal piece of evidence. So as he would say, this is a phenomenal piece of evidence.
Yes, that's exactly how he would say.
That is crazy cool. I mean, I keep looking at it and I can't think of anything else other than wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anthony makes a really good point. He said it was moving in the video. That wasn't his shadow. Let's go back and play the video one more time.
Excellent.
Take a look, because I believe Anthony's right. I believe there was movement to it.
Yeah, I saw it too.
All right, here it comes.
To wrap it all up, we're each going to do a 10-minute solo mission through the bar.
Try and get Norman to jump through here.
Who's the female that said my name last time? Are you not over here?
It looks like a switch. What happened?
It stopped.
Why did it stop?
Because that's the end of it.
I know, but why didn't it go away?
To wrap it all.
Where are we?
You still have the picture up.
Oh, okay. Let me undo that. There we go. I'm like, where do we go? Where do we go?
Just in case anybody in the audience was still able to sleep, let's leave that up a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But it looked like it did a quick like this. Like, when you're doing this, it went like a quick, when it moved like that.
I almost feel like I could see her arm kind of sway a little bit, like when I went back.
One second, real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt, but for anybody who's listening on the UNX network, they are going to transfer over like immediately to their next scheduled program. We're just going to wrap up here. So if you want to finish, move over to Facebook or YouTube, and or otherwise transition with UNX's next show, because they have a great lineup of shows, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. So, all right, we can go back. So I'm sorry, Michael, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead and finish.
No, that's okay. No, when someone mentioned earlier that it almost looked like the shadow was moving, I remember when I was reviewing it, and I almost felt like her arm moved a little bit, and she maybe moved her body.
Like she did a sway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Doing this.
But it's weird though, because I'm moving the camera at the same time, so you got to try to.
Right, difficult to tell on that.
That's true.
That's what I felt. The movement of the camera and the brevity of the clip at that part, it was hard for me to tell if the movement was her or was the camera. But
that is a great catch, regardless.
That's like the cherry on top. I mean, the movement of the camera thing. Like, I see the whole Sunday. I see everything. Sprinkles, everything. No cherry, I'm still in.
Yeah, he's not bailing out because he saw the shadow.
Right.
That's
So, Mikey, I have a question. Capture. Did you guys feel anything in that location?
So when that image was captured, I didn't feel anything. I didn't know I captured anything until I reviewed it after.
Until you review it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
I mean, I was nervous because we did our solo missions, so I was just generally scared of being alone, but I didn't feel anything more different than like what I normally would being scared.
Sure.
Yeah. And that was an excellent question that Sheree had, because she was looking, I think, for something to corroborate the moment you felt this, or some kind of other sensory reaction accompanied what you caught later, but didn't know at the time that you caught.
Right. Yeah. No, right. I didn't know. I was scared just generally, but I didn't feel anything, hair standing up, other than the fact that I was just scared to be alone
for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Well,
that was an awesome capture, though. I mean, that's not, as Ron calls it, pedestrian level captures.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's something paranormal investigators look 10, 20 years more to not only see,
rare.
but to
capture it. Yep.
And so that's phenomenal. It really, really is. But I want to say, Michael, for taking the time to come on the show tonight. I want to thank you for digging up all that evidence to share with us tonight. And the other thing I want to say is keep up what you're doing, because you're doing a great job. You've got a great disposition on how you handle what you're capturing, and looking at it from different angles. And so keep that up, because that's fantastic.
And do you guys have any like Facebook, YouTube?
Yeah. Do you have any sites you want to promote? Let people maybe be able to see other pieces of your work that we didn't get to see tonight?
Of course. So I'm not officially a part of the team anymore, because I moved out to do my own projects. However, all of that footage can be found at Central Maine Ghost Hunters official YouTube.
Okay. Awesome.
And what I've kind of been doing on my own since I've been out here in Arizona is I created this TikTok, and it's called Mikey Unplugged. So it's all of my, collection of paranormal footage throughout the years, and then what I'm going to continue to do.
Awesome. Very cool. Very cool.
Yep.
All right. Well, we don't have Chris here tonight, so Ron is going to give our closing.
Right. So what I thought was, what a sad thing that it would be the first and only show, that we didn't have Chris or Audra to do the closing of the show, which they always so eloquently do. So I thought, well, we can't let that happen. So Chris and Audra are in fact going to do the closing of this show.
Investigations, guys, be respectful of everything that you do and the people that you're talking to and the spirits that you're talking to. Remember, they are people. But most of all, in order to get those spirits to talk to you, you have to stay on it. We'll see you guys next week. Bye. Bye.